Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to go through all the dividends that we have received for the month of May. Okay, today of course 9 of June 2025, and so far, believe me or not, we are only 9 days through the month and we already received $482 for June. Okay, this is what we received last month. This is what we have received so far this month, and as you guys can see, we are going to go way above our previous month in terms of dividends. If you go and watch my previous video that I put in my channel talking about this exponential growth in terms of dividends, you understand exactly what I'm talking about, because I mentioned in the last video that I was expecting something like 500 plus for the month of June. Okay, and we are already $480. But if you guys look at our table here of dividend here, okay, look at this. We have received for the month of June only this, okay, only these ones here so far, and the last one on the bottom. So we have received dividends for JEPQ, MIST, MSTY, Byto, Ford, and JEP, okay, or JEPI, whatever you want to call it. So we still haven't received dividends for SVOL, SCHG, and SCHD. Okay, and don't think this is a balanced portfolio, because it's not. It is a high yield dividend portfolio for now, because I already explained before, eventually these two here, especially SCHD, will take over of this portfolio. Just let me go quick through the explanation so you guys can understand. Let me see if I can get down here. Here we go. All right, sorry, the pie shape is not the best, but don't know if I can make this thing better. Probably not. Let's stay like this. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you is, why now? As you can see, SCHD is 13.1, SCHD is 15.1, and JEPQ 23. But eventually, over the years, because remember, this portfolio is gonna go from 10K all the way to $1 million. Or in other words, we are after here 50K per year in dividends. Again, let me go back here so you guys can have an idea what I'm talking about. I want to make sure you guys understand, because you can replicate and you can follow this method as well. Okay, we are so far 5 months through the year that we have built this small portfolio in our community, and look at this, $3,000. Our goal is to get this per year for now, because this is gonna become per month, and we are reaching this thing here very quick. In only 3 months, we went from 0 to a roughly estimate per year of this year $3,000. But by the time we get all the way here to December, okay, this thing here probably is gonna go up to roughly 10K. But this thing doesn't go like 10K, 11K. It goes 10K, 20, 50, 100. It grows exponentially very fast. Okay, and of course, this is our challenge portfolio in our community, because as you guys can see here, we have a massive community that's growing very fast. And feel free to join us anytime you like, and you'll be able to see how we managed last year, for example, to make almost $500,000 in one of our portfolio and almost $30,000 in another portfolio, both with TastyWorks, which do not provide demo account. Okay, our biggest portfolio, it is with IB, and the reason for it, because Interactive Brokers do provide trust business account from us based in Australia. Okay, anyway, so what I was trying to say to you guys is, eventually what's gonna happen is, once we achieve our goals to capture dividends and be able to increase our portfolio here in terms of shares, SCHD will pretty much be around 50% of the portfolio, SCHD with roughly, I would say, 30%, and JEPQ about 20%, okay? Covered call ETF, growth ETF, and value ETF. This is the three best combination you should ever have on your portfolio. Of course, I'm not giving you guys financial advice, but it's very common and very obvious for you to understand there's nothing better than this. But because this is a small portfolio for now, we are pumping this portfolio through dividends from these assets here. As long as the NAV doesn't deteriorate too much, because there's no point for you guys to come here and put all your money on Mist and you collect, let's say, 10,000 in dividends, you invest 20,000 and your NAV, it is worth right now 5k. You still lose money, okay? You need to know, especially when it comes to do DCAs. That's why, as you guys can see, we buy every single day, and every single thing it is recorded in our Discord group, okay? So feel free to join us anytime you like, and you can ask me any question you might have, okay? Every single buy, every single sell, it is, Discord group. And of course, one of the strategies that we have, it is selling, or in other words, trading option. And what I mean by that is, look at this, for example, okay? I'm using here SCHD because I'm going to show to you a position that I have open right now on this security. So basically, you look at the chart, and by the way, these are all indicators done by myself. You cannot buy these indicators anywhere. For those of you that have asked me before, if you do join, or if you go through the course, you can get through all these indicators that we have in-house, okay? So for example, as you guys can see, this is SCHD. So right now it's trading at 26.54. If we want to go long 100 shares on SCHD, are we going to buy a market price? Absolutely not. If we are going to send into our LTI, long-term investing, yes, we can. We can buy here right now because we're still way above from the all-time highs. And if we drop, we can do our DCA. There's nothing wrong with that. But why not use the power of derivatives and buy SCHD all the way down here to $24? And guess what? If it doesn't come all the way down here and fill our price here, we're still getting paid. This is the power of derivatives, and if you want to learn, feel free to join our group anytime you like. So basically, but just give you guys a quick explanation here, you're going to sell here your cash secure put at whatever strike price you might want, 24, 23, 20, 21, 22. You pick your poison, okay? You pick what strike price you want to sell your option. If you come here to, let's say, to TastyWorks, as you guys can see, we have two here. One here it is $26, another one it is $30, okay? Why now? SCHD is trading at 26.5, just to make things easy, okay? As you guys can see here. So we have one here at 26, and we have one here at 30. Okay, why do I have this thing at 30? This delta here is almost 80 deltas. This delta here is roughly 50 deltas. This is very deep in the money. DITM. This is just at the money, okay? Just at the money. Anyway, this is my own name for that, but this is just at the money and just in the money, okay? If it trades above 26, thank you very much, I get paid. This thing here is just for me to collect intrinsic value. In other words, every dollar this thing goes up, it's $1 that's going to become out of the money. And this is a long-term options anyway, okay? But for those of you they start right now, I suggest you to stick between 12 to 16 deltas if you do collect enough premium. But because this is SCHD and the premiums are very small, I suggest you guys go between 30 and 50 deltas. Why do I want to trade with a delta of 50, with pretty much 50% pop of the option to be trading in the money in X days? It's because I wanna take assignment of this trade. In other words, I want to buy 100 shares, and I don't mind anyway, because once I get assigned here 100 shares, and by the way, go and check one of these videos in our playlist. In our channel, and also in our videos, you know exactly what assignment means, okay? I go in very details what assignment means and how it works, and how you can get unassigned yourself and still make money. So there's no reason to be scared when it comes to assignment risk, okay? Because if we get assigned, we're gonna hold 100 shares for each contract that we sell, we can do a few things here, okay? We can transfer this thing here into our LTI. Thank you very much. You collect yield, hold long term. If the market goes up, we make money. If the market trades sideways, we make money. If the market goes down, we make money. In other words, heads we make money, tails, Mr. Market, we lose money. Other option we can do is we can convert this thing here to a covered call. In other words, to the wheel strategy. There's plenty of things we can do. Or we can just manage this trade. All right. In other words, there's nothing the market can catch us. I know it sounds too good to be true, but guess what? It is true. And if you want to find out, join us anytime you like, okay? You can learn. Anyone can learn this strategy. And this is exactly what we're doing to build this portfolio here, which it is going all the way from $10,000 all the way up to $1 million very, very, very soon, okay? And as you guys can see, why now? We are up roughly 25%. Let me see if I can show you guys here. Here we go. We are up 25%, and the market, it is up 9%. So you guys can see we are here like what? 15% above the return of the market since 272 days ago, okay? And one of the things that I keep saying to you guys all the time when you watch my videos, it is to pay attention and learn the power of this chart here, okay? We are going to convert this portfolio from 10K all the way up to $1 million very, very soon, okay? And keep an eye on our channel. Keep watching. You see what's going to happen. But there's one thing here. In other words, another thing that you guys must to pay attention and follow. Otherwise, you'll be able also to get a portfolio of $10,000 to $1 million in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. It's possible. But if you know this thing here, you can make this thing to grow even faster. In other words, you need to make sure you add this cross here into your portfolio, okay? And what is this? Contribution to your portfolio. I only had one thing here, which was, I think, 3K that I took it out and I converted that to Ethereum, something like that, whatever. But as you guys can see, we had plenty of contribution to this portfolio, because contribution, premium, and high yield dividend, you are pretty much building a bomb, and this thing can explode any time to the upside. And those dividends that we are after, which it is this thing here, it can reach very, very fast, and that's why this portfolio, it's growing very, very fast, okay? If you watch this video here next month, which I'm going to go through the returns for June, you see this thing here, we're gonna be above $500, beating the month of May. And the reason for it, it is very simple, okay? It is this thing here, as you guys can see. In June, we have a full house, okay? What I mean full house? It is when we collect dividends for all the securities that we have. May, April, not for January, February, not next month and August, not, and then September, full house again. October, November, not, but December, full house again. These are the times that we're going to receive way more dividends. Why? Because we receive dividends from these companies here. SCHD, and Ford, okay? These companies pay us only on a quarterly basis. And there's another one here, okay? Which it is EWZ, which is going to be paying us very, very soon. All right? It's not on this list here yet because we haven't got any dividends from EWZ yet. But once it gets paid, you go into this table, and then it's going to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into 9 securities, because this is a securities that we hold in our portfolio right now. As you guys can see, we have here 3 left. Why 3 left? 1, 2, 3. Okay, because these 3 here hasn't paid. So this pretty much tell us how many we got left, how many. Look at this, full paid. This one here was for missed because we missed the dividends. This one's here is to be paid, which it is July, August, September, October, November, and December, okay? It is the best strategy you can ever do in your long-term portfolio. But of course, You must to have the long term in mind. Otherwise, not a chance. Let me go back here because I want to show this thing here to you guys. Okay, look at this, for example, okay? So June 2nd, we made this. I don't know why this thing's been changed, but anyway. So as you guys can see, June 2nd, we made this. June 3rd, we made this. June 4th, we made this. June 7th, we made this. June 8th, we made this. Okay, every single dividend that we record in our table, it goes into here so you can have an idea how much we are receiving. Okay, we just put our dividends here, as you guys can see. We pretty much update this table here every time we collect dividend. But the goal here, it is to get these dividends all the way here to up to $50,000 per year. And the higher we grow here to the right, the the needs, in other words, the required dividends is going to the right here. In other words, is going down, it's going actually up to 0 because now it's minus 46. In other words, it is how much we need to make sure we increase here in expectation of per year to make sure we reach here our $50,000 per year in dividends. Remember, this is not a trade, short-term trading, pattern trading, none of this nonsense. This is big dogs investing. In other words, this is the best kind of investment you can ever find when it comes to long-term investing. Okay, this is just a short breakdown of whatever ticker we have and how much we have collected so far. And here, for those of you that have asked me, this is very simple, guys. Let's say, for example, here, let's pick here mist. Okay, mist, the last one, the bottom. This says 7, this says 6. So we receive these in dividends. So if you're going to do the drip like we do anyway, okay, the drip to reinvest whatever dividend we collect here, I can go why now with the price of mist, why now 9 of June, and buy 7 of mist or 5 of whatever I pick here. In this case, I want to buy 5 of SCHD. But if I say I'm going to reinvest the mist dividends into Ford, I can go there now and buy 15 shares of Ford with the dividend that I have received from mist. Or if I want to buy, let's say, SCHD, I can go there why now with the price of SCHD trading today and buy 5, or still buy 7 for for mist. It's up to you, okay? But normally I'm pumping this portfolio into SCHD G and SCHD. That's why I have here SCHD before, okay, which was this one here, okay? So all the money that I receive here from mist at this month of June, we are going to buy 5 more shares of SCHD. How? Just to doing the drip. Okay, the drip, it is very crucial that you do understand how it works, because this is the compound effect. Getting the dividends, buy some more. Getting premium, buy some more. Okay, that's how you can get that snowball effect every single month. Okay, guys, this is very simple, just a quick update. But like I said to you guys many times, the power of premium, dividend, and LTI, long-term investing, it is the best thing you can ever have on your long-term portfolio. There's no other strategy better than this. Very conservative, requires a lot of patience, a lot of discipline, and a lot of risk and trade management. And that's the sort of things you can learn in our community. If you want to get rich overnight, I'm sorry, I don't have nothing to offer to you. But if you want to make this sort of money here, as we made last year, $500,000 almost, 30,000, and this is a small accounts. These are not huge account. Our biggest account, it is with Interactive Brokers, which it is just a long-term investing, okay? It is possible that everyone can reach this type of return. But again, being patient, being disciplined, and if you trade options like ourselves on stocks and futures, you need to follow this thing here. Position size, otherwise not a chance, okay? But I'll show you guys everything that you need to learn, that you have to pay attention to, things that you need to take in consideration, because remember, all the risk and trade management, it is done before you press the trigger. Once you press the trigger, it's too late. It's nothing to do with you anymore, okay? So the power of these two here, we are going to turn this portfolio from 10K to $1 million for us to achieve our goal, which it is 50K USD per year in dividends. And once we reach there, which you're going to reach very, very soon, this is going to become a monthly requirement. In other words, our $50,000 is going to be per month. In other words, 600K in dividends per year. Okay, I hope you guys have liked the video. I hope we have added some value to you. And if you have any questions, don't forget, leave in the comments below, and I'll try to answer all of you as soon as I can. Okay, no matter where you are in this world, look after money. All the best and happy investing.